Let's start a commentary on a Calamity Ops with Rossi-11. As of the time of creating this video, Rossi-11 is only effective up to Expert 1 or 2. This run is about a week old, so my artifacts have changed just a little bit. My top artifact slot is no longer healing radiation. I decided to swap it out for Ring of Abundance. The potency of generating the overshield is way more important for Rossi-11 for trying to stay alive and continue to assist their teammates. In this video, I'm still tier 5, however, I'm actually tier 6 currently. Also, I'm still Adept 2, but I'm really close to Master 1. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's do this live commentary. So, I will start off by saying that I do believe that this season, Rossi-11 is not a part of the most effective meta for Calamity Ops, and that's because enemies are just not doing enough damage output to where the meta characters feel threatened enough. As you can see here, I start off normally, just kind of start getting my stacks of protection, ionic protection. Then I start assisting with the Shinka here. And you'll notice that usually I'm making sure to keep an eye on the Shinka to see if the Shinka actually is about to go down, because if it's about to pull up its shields again, that's when you as a Rossi player should be putting a arc cage around the Shinka to make sure that they can't hit your opponents, and your opponents can roam around freely and worry about doing their jobs, doing their damage. Here on this part, since there's 2 Shinkas, I think it's a pretty good idea to pull up my super. So I pull up the cage so they don't have to worry about it. I would say this is a much more dangerous area in Calamity Ops when there are 2 sniper Shinkas. But since that has changed this week, we basically had the 2 rapid fire, which they're a lot less threatening in my opinion. It could also be the fact that we're all over leveled as well. So now we're traversing through, and this is where, this season there are better picks for Calamity Ops because, for example, Hellhest has the ability to increase everyone's speed so that they're running faster, and she generates ammo for everyone. So like those are things that you're gonna feel the difference as you get up towards that Expert 2 and beyond, where you need to be doing a little bit more to help the team move forward faster. So here I go ahead and put a shield around the Shinka, cage around the Shinka. That way I can get inside of that and start doing damage, because in Calamity Ops and in Grandmasters, the sniper Shinkas actually move around a bit, and it makes it a little bit more difficult for Rossi-11 to pinpoint them. They are not affected by the, if you look closely right now, even like you see the arc chain around that boss there. You know that something is basically confined. The keyword is confined when you put your arc cage around it, and that means that they can not actually move around. They have to stay stationary. And so it doesn't actually affect Shinkas while they're in their shield state in Calamity Ops and in Grandmasters, I've noticed. So that's one thing to note. However, I have not noticed whether or not, I haven't noticed whether or not it works when Shinka has actually been hit, because it doesn't even really matter. They're already like incapacitated. So now we're traversing through, making our way. All this has happened pretty quickly. Yep, I go ahead and do my same thing here, missing my shots. I am a lot better at bow and just Rossi-11 in general at this point in time, but like in this video, it's still like kind of fresh. Yeah, so fun fact, I didn't realize that if you weren't the one who originally picked up the orb in this particular one, you can't pick it up again. Just everything is usually gone so fast. Okay, so we have a sniper here. So sometimes in here, what I was doing is actually putting the shield on a little quicker to keep the sniper from actually killing any of my teammates. But I notice with teammates that are a little bit stronger and are maybe using meta characters, the concern isn't really with them getting hit by the sniper as much. It's more so them getting hit by those little orbs from the sniper shinka when you're hitting its weak spot, because that will actually still do a significant amount of damage. Still, once again, like I only recommend Rossi-11 up to about this point, because his value starts falling off quite a bit. Now here, this is another reason why, as a Rossi, a good Rossi can still get MVP in here, because they can do a decent amount of damage, and they can take quite a bit of damage, because the shields are a lot more important here. Because if you think about how much damage the boss is doing, the boss can literally fry anyone. I've seen it fry everything, Hell has whatever, if they're just not paying attention or if they didn't realize it. So putting that shield over the boss is super effective. And you know, as it moves, as you can see, yeah, I'm blocking more and more damage. People seem to forget that you getting MVP is not just about, even though Calamity Ops isn't about getting MVP, getting MVP isn't just solely about who deals the most damage. It could be heals and damage. It could be damage taken. And so, you know, that's why this is really effective. Now, I put a pretty useless bubble around him right there. I must have not been paying attention. I was like thinking about something. But here, yeah, like you notice that back a second ago, I pulled up the shield at the right time. I think it's important for a good Rossi in the future, and even now, to just make sure you understand the timing of all the things that are going on with the boss, so that, or just enemies in general, because the timing is so important. You have to time it until they buff the time it takes to regenerate Rossi-11 skills. It's important to have good timing and understanding of like when to pop your super and whatnot. So yeah, this was a live commentary that went by really quick. I actually jumped up quite a bit, as you can see in that one, and I did end up getting MVP only because of damage taken. I've only ran a few Calamity Ops with Rossi-11, by the way, so it's not like I ran a bunch of them. But I did start to realize quickly that right now, until we get into a defense meta, which I think might be coming, this is just the way it is. Rossi is not necessarily going to be the top pick for Calamity Ops. Definitely for all other activities, and even for I'm sticking to my guns. I think he'll be really effective for a raid, just because he suits my playstyle quite a bit. But yeah, let me know what you think. Feel free to drop some comments and, you know, discuss what your thoughts are on this. And I hope all of you are enjoying it. And I know we have like sort of a drought right now, but season 2 will be starting up, and in a little while we'll have some events coming. And yeah, I'm just enjoying just new Destiny, even if it is just running strikes and Grandmasters and some Calamity Ops here and there. Lately I've just been focusing on my artifacts and getting the perfect stats that I want. So, you know, this is the time to do that before new stuff comes out that's going to take you away from those things if you're feeling like you don't know what to do. But anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, have a good weekend.